Hey guys, what's up, it's Zyflin here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to farm focus really fast with Equinox and the use of let's say like a pole arm or even just the Atarax, which is what I'm going to be using in today's video. But yeah, so since Plains of Eidolon came out, focus farming has got a lot more intense because you need a buttload of focus to actually get anywhere in the focus trees. You can get up to 250,000 focus a day. As you guys can see, my daily focus cap is currently at 0, which means I can't get any more, but you can get 250,000 a day, and you need to do this every single day for an entire year to max out all the focus trees. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Maybe that's not the correct math, but something like that. It's ridiculous, and it's basically inhumane, and anyone who doesn't play the game every single day is basically gonna, miss out. And anyone who doesn't farm focus and hit the standing cap is going to miss out. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and turn on my game music here and just decline all those invites. But that is in itself kind of a crazy thing to think about. And it's up to us as players to kind of find a way around that, right? So we need to farm the focus every single day, and the most efficient way to do that is to use Equinox with a sleep build, and then a high damage, or at least a weapon that can kill in one hit whenever you're meleeing, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at the build that I'm running on Equinox here, and this is basically a high range, high efficiency build. It's not completely done because I haven't formed it, because I have that one less rank in Cunning Drift, so I could form it again to throw that on, but I'm too lazy and it's one rank and it doesn't really matter that much. But basically you need to put together a range build, duration build, efficiency build, which is right here. Very straightforward, very easy build to put together, because you only have to use 2 corrupted mods, 1 drift mod, and then 1 nightmare mod. And then obviously you can use the prime mods if you like. You don't have to use the prime versions of the mods, it's whatever. But yeah, the harder bit is whenever it comes to your melee. You're not going to be using this build, but you will be using a build that looks like this, right? So it does make use of Maiming Strike, and it's going to be difficult for a player who doesn't have Maiming Strike to kind of get the same results, because you're going to have to replace that with True Steel or something to get that crit chance up. But basically, if I were to go through and explain this build: Prime Pressure Point for your damage, Prime Reach so you hit more enemies, Blood Rush so you can build your combo, Body Count on here, again, allowing you to build your combo. Well, Blood Rush will give you your crit chance on scaling with your combo, is what I meant to say there. Maiming Strike, obviously, for the flat 90% crit. Berserker for your attack speed, because why not? Organ Shatter for that crit damage, and then Northwind, because this will give us plus 75% extra damage versus Bombards, or plus 75, plus 25 versus Bombards, and then the flat 90% extra damage that we get as well. So that's pretty good, right? So it's a weird build, but I mean it's just weird in general. You want to be using something like maybe Shade if you want to stay completely invisible. So you want to go ahead and throw on what's it called, the Ghost right here. Cloaks when enemies are within 10 meters, the cloak will be disrupted if owner attacks. So you may want to use that there to make it a little bit easier on you. You don't have to use that, keep that in mind. You can just go ahead and use Carrier, which is what I'm going to be doing in today's video. But this is kind of a complicated method, because it's a lot easier if you're using macros and stuff for your second ability, and you'll understand what I mean whenever we jump in here. But basically, you want to be jumping into Adaro on Sedna. When in solo, keep that in mind. You can bring another player with you if you want, but more people with you, higher chances to mess things up, right? And basically what you want to be doing is getting your energy, and then spamming your 2, and then killing things to get the 500% affinity bonus. So you're going to swap into your other form. So this is your healing form, right? And then I'm going to use my Zenerate to get my energy up a little bit, so I don't have to do that there during the actual thing. And then we just want to keep on spamming 2, right? So we're spamming 2, and then any enemy that gets in our way is going to be put to sleep, right? So they're basically undetected. So people would recommend using a macro to do this. I'm not too sure if you're allowed to use a macro. I don't think you'll get banned. You're allowed to use a macro. To my understanding, you're allowed to use a macro as long as it's not playing the game for you type of thing. So yeah, you're allowed to use macro. But the reason that this method is so meh is because all it takes is one enemy to see you killing a group of enemies, and then it's kind of completely disrupted, right? So we have 200% stealth bonus right now, as you can see in the top right hand corner, which is what we're going for, by the way. And every time we get a kill, It's going to go up until it gets to 500%. But if something like that just happens, where the enemies happen to wake up when we're going to kill them, or, you know, one enemy passes by and sees you kill like an entire group of enemies, that stealth bonus, that, you know, stealth kill affinity bonus resets back to 0. So we're at 300% right now, and we're going to get up to 500%, 400%, see, you know, 500%, etc. So what's going to happen whenever you're playing this is the little yellow focus balls are going to spawn in, or the focus orbs, which will allow you to get focus, right? You want to be picking those up and then killing the enemies, but obviously you're going to have to be running around and killing the enemies to begin with to go ahead and get those to spawn, right? I can't get them to spawn because my focus is currently capped, but I'll show some footage of me getting like 40,000 standing doing this method just over like right now, I guess. But basically all you're doing is running through, making sure to spam 2 as much as possible, and keeping that 500% stealth bonus up, and you can see it in the top right hand corner up there, and that's basically all you want to do. So you don't necessarily have to use the Atarax to do this. You can use the Orphos, you can use the Guando. There's so many different weapons that you can use to get this done, and there's so many different methods that you can do to do this as well. Like, you could probably get even more focus if you were to use something like the Naramon focus tree, where you get more affinity from melee kills, and there's also something in there which will help you with your combo counter as well. But, you know, it's kind of a finicky method, because for a player who isn't, like, super deep into the game or doesn't really care that much, you know, it's going to be a lot harder. But if you're doing this right, and you're using the macro and stuff like that, like just making a macro with your keyboard or something, where you can, you know, make it to constantly press 2. The thing is, you'll constantly hear the invalid target noise as well. But basically, this will allow you to max out your focus cap in the space of 2 runs if you kill every single enemy in here undetected, and you keep that 500% stealth bonus up, you know? So it's kind of a good method, but it's also kind of a finicky method, because for non-experienced players who, you know, don't do this as their job or just don't care that much, it'll be a lot harder, and it'll be a lot more frustrating. But it's still a very fast method. This is something that you have to kind of go out of your way to do to max out the focus cap. And I kind of disagree with the state that focus is in right now, because of how much it takes for you to get anywhere in the focus. Like, I understand that, you know, it's a gameplay mechanic and it's meant for endgame players and stuff like that, but I don't know, man. It's kind of ridiculous, because, like, I'm a streamer. I stream this game like 5 hours a day every day, but I can't really bring myself to want to do this here every single day on stream, because, I mean, 1, viewers find it boring to watch, and 2, I myself personally, I kind of find it a little bit boring, a little bit frustrating. Whenever, like, you know, you're going around, you have your 500% stealth bonus, next thing you know, there's, like, one guy who just kind of randomly walks in the room, and then you've lost your stealth bonus, right? So, I don't know. It's a method that I feel obliged to show you guys, because it just makes sense to show you guys, because it's the fastest way to get focus as of right now, and especially for console players. Like, you guys want to be farming your focus as soon as possible, because, I mean, you're going to want to have it for Plains of Eidolon. To give you guys some context, I had 5 million focus saved up for Zeneric before going into Plains of Eidolon, and my focus tree still isn't maxed out yet. It's 5 million focus, guys. That's not a small number. That's a lot of focus. That's a lot of XP. So, yeah, it's kind of a crazy grind right now for focus. So, if you want to tackle it, you can go ahead and do it. But the thing is, like, I would say, for the casual player, you really only want to be focusing on Zeneric, because Zeneric will give you this energizing dash thing that I have right here, which basically gives you energy for standing in that bubble, which you can create that bubble by dashing, right? So that's what that does, and that's really the only thing you need as a casual player of this game, which I'm assuming a lot of my audience are casual players of the game. So if you're, you know, let's say you just start at Warframe and you complete the second dream quest, choose the Zeneric skill tree, get your Zeneric lens, get a greater Zeneric lens, if you can, get an Eidolon Zeneric lens or whatever, and farm focus for Zeneric, get that energizing dash, and then I would say maybe leave your focus. Like, it's not too important, but it is kind of important because it's the end game activities, but it's only really if you're super interested and, you know, indulged in the game, I guess you could say. So I don't know, man. It's up to you whether or not you want to go out of your way to farm focus, because right now farming it passively doesn't really work, because it's just there's so much, like, you need so much focus, and you can't just farm it up passively. Like, so I don't know if they're gonna change it. I hope they will, because for a casual player, it doesn't really make that much sense. But I also understand this is meant to be for veteran players, so I'm at like kind of a crossroads. I don't really know what to think of it. It's cool to have a system in there which is designed for veteran players, and only veteran players really have it. But I think we have enough of that in Warframe whenever it comes to like, oh, veteran players have all the fancy cosmetics, veteran players have all the fancy prime mods and stuff like that. Like, I don't think we need to give veteran players that much over the common casual player whenever it comes to, like, game mechanics, I guess, because this is a game mechanic in itself, and I feel like a lot could be done with this game mechanic, but a lot can't be done with a game mechanic if that game mechanic isn't accessible to the common player, right? So it is accessible to the common player in the sense that they can press 5 and go into their operator mode and stuff like that, but it doesn't make sense locking all of the abilities behind this like really intense grind that most players realistically won't be able to do unless they're playing the game every single day and going out of their way to specifically farm focus to get everything in the skill trees, right? Because let's just take a look here. 250,000 focus going into what's it called? So I have to upgrade this here, and then I need to focus. Actually, capacity needs 10. I need to upgrade all of this, and then I need to focus into void flow, and then there's nothing. I can go ahead and create in brilliant eidolon shards and stuff like that as well for more focus, but even at that, that's only 650,000, which, I mean, as you guys can see, like, that's nothing. It is nothing. So, like, let's just go ahead and convert them all. Fuck it, I don't care. Like, okay, let's go. Let's see. We're still going. Focus back down to 0. 650,000. So, that happened. I just wasted brilliant eidolon shards. But yeah, focus in a nutshell. It's kind of ridiculous right now. So leave your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. I didn't mean for this to turn into, like, give me your opinions on focus type of thing and the insane grind right now, but I mean, what else is there to say about it other than that's kind of ridiculous? It's an entire gameplay mechanic which is locked behind an insane grind, which only players who really are invested in this game will be able to access. I get it, but I also don't like it. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. So if you liked the video, go ahead, hit the like. If you want to see more Warframe content from me, hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.